Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Learn with Norman. And today we'll be doing the part 2 of our transpiration chapter. We'll be starting absorption by roots. I guess let's start. So, absorption of water by roots. Roots perform two major functions. Number one, anchor the plant to the soil, and number two, take up water and minerals salts from the soil. Look at the root in a seedling. It is a more or less cylindrical, non-green underground part of the plant. Just behind the tip of the root, certain unicellular microscopic hairs are present. These are called the root hairs. So as you can see in this picture, these white strip lines, which are very thin, these are the root hairs. So water and mineral salts are absorbed through these root hairs from the soil. Water passes into the root hair by a process called osmosis. So osmosis is the process by which water molecules move from a weaker solution to a stronger solution through a partially permeable membrane. If you want to read the rest of the part of the osmosis part, you can pause the video. Now, osmosis is a special kind of diffusion involving water molecules. It occurs when two solutions are separated by a partially permeable membrane, also called semi-permeable membrane. The water is in fact diffusing from the weaker solution into the stronger solution. Tiny holes in the membrane allow small water molecules to pass through, but the large solute molecules are too big to pass through partially permeable membrane. Membrane that allows certain substances to pass through it but not others is called a partially permeable membrane or semi-permeable membrane. It is a thin membrane having small pores. Generally, such membranes allow passage of solvent molecules but do not allow passage of solute molecules with them. For example, the plasma membrane, osmosis in plant cells. So the cell membrane of the plant is partially permeable, or you can say semi-permeable membrane. The cell sap inside the vacuole is a strong solution. Water passes into the plant cell by osmosis. The concentration of the sap in the vacuole is now weaker. Water passes from the weak solution into the strong solution in the cell by osmosis. The process continues until water reaches the xylem tissue in the root. From the xylem, water moves upwards from one cell to another because of gravity. Now, investigation 1.3. Experiment to demonstrate osmosis. Take two petri dishes, and in one we should put raisins, and the other one we should put grapes. We have to keep them out for a few hours. What we observe is that in bowl or a petri dish, sorry guys for the inconvenience. The electricity just went off in our apartment because it's raining really heavily right now. So please observe the page and do not uh, think about what's going in my screen. Wow. So in bowl or petri dish A, the raisins have swollen. In petri dish B, the grapes have shrunk. This is because the raisins contain a certain concentrated sap, and therefore the water molecules from the petri dish move in through the partially permeable membrane of the raisins. Similarly, as the grapes were kept in an outside stronger solution, water moved out from the grapes to the partially permeable membrane of the grapes. Now, rise of cell sap. As discussed above, water from soil enters the xylem of the roots by the process of osmosis. This happens as follows. The water in the soil is a weak solution of salts. The cell sap in the root hair has stronger solution, and water passes from the soil into the root by osmosis. The water has diluted the cell sap in root hair cell. The root hair cell now has a weaker cell sap than cell A, and hence water passes from the root hair to cell A by osmosis. So the water is diluted in cell sap in cell A. Now cell A has a weaker cell sap than cell B, So water passes from cell A into cell B by osmosis. Well, we all know what osmosis is because I just told you about it right now. So this continues across the whole of the roots in the whole plant. So eventually, this process is going to continue. For example, as we see, the water will pass from cell A into cell B. So this will continue until sunlight is not reached. So as the sunlight goes away, it will continue till that particular time. So when the root xylem, it is pulled up in the stem and leaves and ultimately leaves the plant with a process called transpiration. So as I told you in this first video at the starting what transpiration is, to sum this up, transpiration is the loss of water in vapor form the leaves to the atmosphere. As water is used up or lost from the leaves, more water is sucked up from the xylem vessels. It's like sucking water up as a straw. The continuous flow of water from roots to the leaves. This movement of water up the xylem is called the transpiration stream. So now we will be doing the last part of this video, which is transpiration. So it'll be giving another better brief about transpiration here. So, transpiration is the process of loss of water in vapor form from the leaves in plants. It occurs through stomata present in leaves by the process of diffusion. Water absorbed through the roots is moved upwards within the plant body. As part of it is used in the process of photosynthesis, and some of it is also used to keep the plant erect and stop it from wilting, which means that the water which is absorbed, yes, we know it is used to make the leaves grow, but it also is used to give stability to the stem so that it won't fall. So the rest is lost as water vapor into the atmosphere from the leaves. The evaporation of water from leaves produces a suction pull, which helps to pull the water upwards towards great heights. Importance of transpiration. It results in the transport of water and minerals from the soil to the leaves. In the leaves, water forms the raw material for photosynthesis. It produces a cooling effect which helps in preventing hot sunlight from damaging the delicate cells. Investigation 1.4. Well, this is an easy investigation. So we can prove that transpiration takes place by setting up the apparatus shown in figure 1.14. If you mark clearly the levels of water in each flask, oil has been added onto the surface of water to prevent its evaporation. Now we should leave the apparatus for 24 hours. Next, we should notice the level of water. We can see that the one in which plant in the plant is given the level of water in the oil is way higher. So we can conclude from this experiment that the level of water in flask A is less than flask B because of the excess transpiration. Now, other investigation is to demonstrate that water is given off during transpiration. What do you need? We need a small sized, watered plant, and it's just easy. Take a well watered plant and cover it with a transparent polythene bag. So tie the bag at the base of the stem, and we should leave the plant in sunlight for a few hours. What do we observe? The drops of water on the inside of the bag, which shows that water vapor is transpired by the plant, which condenses as water droplets. Factors affecting transpiration. So the factors affecting transpiration are intensity of light. So light affects transpiration by influencing the opening and close of the stomata. During the day, the stomata are open, which means when sunlight is falling on the stomata, they are open, but during the night, since there's no sunlight, they are closed. So the more intensity of the light, more is the stomata open. Temperature, the higher the temperature, more is the transpiration. Wind. Transpiration increases with the velocity of the wind. Humidity. Transpiration is reduced if the atmosphere outside the plant or leaf is humid. And availability of soil water. The soil gets dry, the amount of available water also decreases. This leads to the reduction in transpiration. So I guess that's it for this video, guys, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Click the bell icon for more videos coming. Thank you.